All right, let's talk about pick a brick. And yes, there is a strategy to this. I'm not talking about stacking bricks in the cup or anything like that. I'm sure you can go watch other videos on that and you've probably seen them already, but let's get into it. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, I'm just going to give a quick rundown on what pick a brick actually looks like. So pick a brick is a thing that's available in most Lego retail stores, as well as some Legoland stores. And basically you go in, there's a back wall, they've got a bunch of different Lego elements on that wall. You get a cup like this. There's also a smaller version, but I usually go for the bigger ones because that's where the value's at. And you fill your cup up, you take your stuff home, and boom, it's great. You're happy. You have your new Lego. Buying from the pick a brick wall is by far one of the absolute cheapest ways to get a lot of a single Lego element. That's not always the case though. Sometimes it depends on the type of part that you're picking and how many of something you can fit in a cup or how you're trying to get it in there. And again, you can watch lots of videos about how to stack certain elements together to maximize the amount of space in your cup. But if you're short on time or you just don't feel like doing that, there are some ways to figure out if you're getting a good value for your money. As a general rule of thumb, I try to stick to 1x2 bricks or smaller for my pick a brick cups because I tend to just take the scoop and fill the cup up and grab a couple of different elements. So if you check this link down below in the description, you're gonna see the forum post that I'm throwing up on the screen right now. This post is a super helpful reference, and basically this person has gone and done the math of how many of each piece type you can fit in a large pick a brick cup. Every time I'm considering doing pick a brick, I reference this forum post to see if what I'm getting is actually worthwhile. And I go about that by doing a couple of things. First, I look up the part on Bricklink. So as an example today, we'll go with a piece that I found recently on the pick a brick wall, which is a medium nougat 1x2 plate. So as you can see, on Bricklink, the medium nougat 1x2 plate has an average cost of 15 cents per piece. If you reference the forum post, you can see that you can actually fit 1,150 loose 1x2 plates in a cup. If you do the math on that, you do 1,150 times 0.15 equals $172.50 of medium nougat 1x2 plates, according to the average cost on Bricklink. With the cup costing about $16 plus tax, this is literally 10 times cheaper than ordering the same quantity on Bricklink. So you can take this example and apply it to just about any part type. And there are some piece types that are not listed here on this forum post, but if you Google, I'm sure somebody else has come across this issue. I've usually been able to find some sort of answer, or you can make a post about it on a forum or on Reddit or whatever, and somebody will probably answer you. To do this consistently, though, can be hard if you don't live near a Lego store. For me personally, my closest Lego store is actually 2 hours away from me. So it's not really feasible to go take a trip all the way to Detroit just to go to the Lego store, especially if I don't know what they have in stock. Luckily, there's a great workaround for this. There are a number of groups on Facebook where people will go to pick a brick walls, they'll take photos or videos of the wall, and they'll post them up in the group, and then they offer to take orders for people at cost. And you have to pay for shipping, but it works out great for the other people because they get VIP points for their bricks and they also get gift with purchases. So going through these groups can be a bit more expensive because you have to pay for shipping, and that ends up being, on average, I found about $23 a cup. A lot of the time, if you order more cups, you can get cheaper on shipping because of flat rate envelopes and stuff like that. But it's usually still very well worth it. I mean, again, you just do the math on it, see how many things can fit in a cup, and then you can figure out whether it's worth it or not. I mean, even if we were to take a less extreme example than like a 15 cent per piece type of part and go for something that's maybe 5 cents a piece, if you can fit 1,150 of them in a cup, you still end up with something that is worth $53 as a full cup, and you've only paid 23 bucks for it to be shipped to you. So that's still a win in my book. So I know this strategy may seem obvious to some, and for some of you may never have thought of it before, but I definitely think that it's a great thing to kind of consider. We all know that Lego is super expensive, so trying to save money in any way possible is really necessary, especially when you're trying to make larger builds and stuff like that. If you have any strategies or tips and tricks about pick a brick, drop them down in the comment section below. I hope you were able to learn something from today's video, and if you enjoyed it, drop a like. Definitely leave a comment if you have any thoughts, and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more. Have a good one.